Welcome to the Mission and Minister Sylvester Studios. We are in a crowd currently. This is 2026. We want to say that the year 2026 will never be like you are saying it. It's just a number one counting. So to have many other years counting will be very, very strict and also straightforward. Like we try to come up with the presentation. How I told you, try to do this several times and then it didn't work out. No, that didn't work out. I finished it and they have it spoiled. But I do my thing with my own expenditure, my own spending and the little if I had to have the support. Look at if I have a billion, how much I would have used it or how the spending will be. It means how many times it falls when I deliver it. An investment is this. That if I have invested, let's say, thousands in designing this, and then you have somebody spoil it, I have to design it again. So it will pay 1,000. So if I have made it success in that, I have done this maybe 5,000. It means 5,000 minus that money. So this is how we put into usury the proper accounts and calculation. Today marks days I used to talk about numbers and alphabet and what energy is available. And that we take the colors and channel out of the fridge. This same photo of myself is just right here live before you. As you see also in the trance that I was saying that when we move in most like supernatural world like this, if I had to move it to another session to say I'm in the form like the focus and suddenly I have been this, or that the Lord of Spirit taking us into another version like this, that you can now see it like moving or living, or you have to see that something really happening. Then it's a chef. If I don't cook for somebody else, and I was just trying to ask, do you remind this with yourself? Do you know this? Do you have anybody set up the rule? This Sylvester Kwesi. I am not showing any other person than myself because looking at the hours when I have had to begin or be that great one. Talking about numbers and age, this day marks a very crucial part and important notice. If I put it on as a crown, you have to also know the robe for who it is, the red colors or rouge colors and the white. That way you put this in on, you know what it is. Now what it is. And we have the mufflers out there until this level. Come and get myself out of the fish on death. Come out. Mother freeze out of the death. Mother myself out of the death. Mother channel brokers out of the death. Come out of the freeze. Mother freeze out of the freeze. Mother possible light out of the freeze. I can get out of the freeze. Right now. So won't speed up because I just made another data purchase. Whatever is supposed to help enable myself buy food with let's say porridge so that if tomorrow I may have lived on something again, I'm using it to do what you were destined to do. So you are also destined to learn. You are destined to know what? Submit to the will of whom it is given to teach or guide. Nobody has made us a teacher to be paying us. However, is my home that professor, kingdom teacher, militia engineer to have every creation that goes on to fix the world. My home never came or my home had never arrived with any stone door worship, nor wood or stake worship in the home. We don't have it. Made myself or the self-sonny or the messiah or the missing son on, all of that. The one and only son in the universe. Yeah, the missing son on. That is it. To be right before you, you cannot turn myself to your worship. You are just joking. You don't know the war you face. You can't stand the war. You can't skip it. I have been in the war, in the vision like this. When you were just joking and having the war on, you were playing. If I turn my war against you, somebody, if I turn the war against God, if I turn the war against the shrine, if I turn the war against El, if I turn the war against Menu, if I turn the war against the millennium, there you will know what you don't know you're doing. I am not multitude of anybody. However, how it means to say multitude is that having one life and yet it became many. Single person. I can sit here and I'm this person. I can see that the same flesh is another person. Transformation. To say this transform, shape wise. Transform, shape wise. Tall or reduce. Transform. Now, that is what? To say I moved from this place to this. And then we saw a difference in what? In natural character. Now, we also have the transfigure. That means when I put A plus B, it means I want to have A plus B change to something. I want to have those things to do another thing. How many times we also live on 1 minute or try to make a live? Is this possible on the live broadcast? What are we saying? We are strictly also talking about what? Colors. I'm just using multi-purpose live. multi-purpose life. What do you see? Is the Lord showing us something? And then I try to code the year. Look at what we're saying, like the number. Now we're talking about those numbers. So some of the things that I've come up with, let me show you. Now the year 2026 is just a single number. And that single number is this. Watch carefully. That single number is this. Now what is 2026? What does it represent in a number or figure wise? In figure wise, we got 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 6. We give us 10. And 10 is simply this. 10. The kind of mathematics you don't know in the world is this. And that 1 plus 0 is this. We give us 1. Because a whole number, or to make it count, on. So how many on do we have in this? Computer-wise, on is 1. And then off is 2. Like off is 0. Like 0 is computer, 0 is infinity. The number 0 is infinity. As 1 is also infinity. However, how many ones we have here determines how the load shared or energy is. So if number like this, single like 1, Roman or numeral 1 or numeral n. So this numeral n or numeral n. So if we have it like this, as numeral n or numeral so right there, 1, it means on. We have only one on. It means to talk of one life, only one life is this. So it's only one life that is what? Reproducing continuously. And that one life is holding the off. It means there's somebody who have been placed 0 or off. And it takes only the number placed 1 to make this person live or have life. So that you are seeing on and off. The one who turned it off is this. But it will take myself 1 to make it work on. That if the one who turned it off turn off, you can't turn it on. Nobody can turn on. That's what they say. He who goes to open and the one who can close or shut it. Only these people can do it. There's nobody, no family, no religion that can do what we can do. To turn on and off. Nobody does not. Unless I come and live with you. So we have it like this. So the number, like you have seen many years, that when you cut off also the generation the Lord predestined, what he didn't know is that the Lord predestined 1,000 years after the ascension of Christ. Another 1,000 years for another ruling. The devil, he released 1,000 years to rule. Another person, he closed him and released another 1,000 years. Now these 2,000 years had to surface and elapses. And that, you are seeing it in 2026. But we are not in the year 2026. We are in just the year 26. What are we saying 26? 26 simply because what the Lord predestined has already been overused. So you only minus 2,000 years from 2,000, and like the 2026 means 2026. So that when you subtract 2,000 from 26 or 2,000 from 2026, we'll have only what? 26 number. And now you saw the number with my date coding 2426 or 2624011988, and in that order. These are things you don't understand. So that we have that as this, that we only have 26 years for a new generation that is on. It doesn't have anything to do with the year past 2000 whatever year. It has nothing to do with it. We just simply have a 2000 taken from 2026 to know what the Lord says he has predestined to be an end. That end is minus. So we have only 2 and 6, which is 26. So 26 is the main generation. But to talk of having the continuous world, like infinite world, how the Lord made it, like there's 1,000 years past, 2,000 years, 10,000 years, 1 million years, 1 billion years. That's it. So to mark the ascension of Christ, from that time they have had 2026 years. But that, to know which one the Lord said will not be a part of this current generation, where he predestined end, is the year 2000. That makes the exactly 2,000 years. So the year 2000 years was the end of the world. So that the year 2000 was actually the end. that happened and you didn't see it to be your distraction. That's why you didn't know the end happened. So the end happened in the year 2000. And that same year 2000, 2nd January, I've had somebody birth January, 2nd January 2000 in my home, Sunday. So that begins something again in my own house. And watch carefully. So that now, look at why this year, to have it counting, and if you are conscious, you know that when you are dealing with the figures and numbers, you have to know what is not a part of 2026. Like, it's not a major issue. So the year 2000 is not a major issue in the current generation. It is only when we want to visit it for whatever the Lord has done with it that is major. So 2000 is minor to the current generation. And what matters so much to us is what? That is a 26 years, which is what? 8. That number 26 is 8. So to mark the continuous age, we have the year 2026 to be 1. Only 1 is for one person. And I was born one only. One and only from the Rosemary Tabernacle. I'm the only one birth. I don't have any family of somebody trying to say we are one mother, one father. It's never true. The only one that we can say having birth, one mother, one father, was Sunday, the same Sunday lady. So she was a princess taking the same day she was born, in the evening. And that I couldn't stand that very day to see, let me watch it. They said, no, the law does not state that anybody born on the first day like this, birth, to have myself saying it. So those things later, they have even had it to say they want to say it should affect us. And it didn't affect myself other than seeing them, and they said I was dying. How? Consciously, how was I dying? Sitting on the ground like this, playing and making my art. How was I dying? How was I dying? What I was presented that you didn't say is this. Let me show you this. This is what we are talking about. To say the year 2026 or 2026 is just simply what? 1. You see, that's 1,000 years counting right here. So for us to even know that the 1,000 years counting new is here already is what? The first 1/10. That's it. The captain. So only the captain can use the on and off, or the captain and his family. That's what it is. You can never say I'm born in your house or to be a baby born. What the Lord stated here that should happen have taken place already. If they told you the world was to end, it has ended already with the times and what He scheduled. That's happened. The fact that you didn't see the world war take you or destroy the world and have a new world established doesn't mean it didn't end. The world ended. So this is the only way you have to understand that the world ended in the year 2000. And that's it. Now watch here. That to have the 2 plus 2 plus 6 is 10, and the 10 right here is 1 plus 0, which is 1. This year is actually number just 1. And then to make it count, we have it like this. We have yet another number, which is my age. So the age concerning this number, 38, which is what we're marking. And then to have the year 38 like this 38, that is 3 plus 8. 3 plus 8 will give us what? 11. And 11 is what? January, 11 house. So January is actually 11 house already. The month January is listed to be 11 house. So it also confirms that my date, which is 38, when it comes to what I'm using, the code here, 38, it is indeed what confirms the 11th house, stated from the universe, the Lord who created. And I'm not anybody walking up and down, because I'm not walking up and down. Sitting right before my position and also making known to her the relax to the level. Now we also say that if I had to say 1038 and the 38 is showing, even internet and every worldwide is showing it, and the school is showing my age, everywhere you search my name, you say it. I'm the only one you have to search for the name Sylvester Kwesi Bequem, and you see the world with myself, who is the Sylvester Kwesi Bequem. You search and you see who is Sylvester Kwesi Bequem. They will show you how the greatest are made. Who are you to have a name and become a renowned person? So it is, I show you the destiny life. And we have to say that, so that if we have 11, 1 on 1. So it is myself consulting myself. If you don't see any other next person, it doesn't mean that my number keep not counting. For you to make 1, Then 1 multiply another 1. That's 1 and 1. 1 is to 1. Not that we have been born, one father, one mother, any brother. No, I don't have anything like that. Even that which happened to say a brother and sister, that the Lord took it the same day. I was surprised seeing this. And that I don't normally talk about it. But I can do this right now, so for healing and spirit. That you can see the world. That I'm communicating the military bond, the kingdom, the professor home. I'm the one with the professor who teaches abroad. But my professor didn't live in the country yet to be teaching people like you. However, they did what? They did teach the level that you have to reach. And they have to carry the main to abroad. And teach. That is why my professor at home teach. So that the London, the UK, all of that, that's my home that teaches the white. So we didn't come to teach witches like you, where you don't know how to apply this in as the evil that you don't know what to use it for. And then we have that we have the number 1. So to have 1, and then we were saying that if I had to have a number to count, the year would have counted, let's say 1, my birth, 1, resulted once. And then to repeat or create myself as a soul again, according to the word, then my age, which I've 10 right now, is what? 11, which is 3 plus 8, making it 11. So that we make 2 here, 1 here. So that 1 plus 2 giving us 3, and the 3 is my name. My name is 333. And then to make it count from 1 to 19 is my name. The letters that form my name, Sylvester Kwesi Bequin, is simply 19, which I wrote as exam. I can show you the exam result. Let's see that. I needed to understand what I'm saying. To see if I prove what I'm saying, reality, or is somebody they say is doing it. Let's go for that one. You need to have that. So that at least you know that the universe or universe heaven angel is not what you claim. You didn't have 1. I have the 111. I have the numbers showing what you need and when you need it. Now, watch it. And there's 19, and all that is my name, minus 80 on clean spirit, is G1, which makes 7 generation, being born Sunday. So the S7 is this. And watch carefully. So let's see that. So right from there, we need to go quickly and have what I'm probably saying. So that for presentation wise, we said that how the Lord made these things possible that you can have, so that you know that I'm not the one taking somebody's document and using online. It's not like that. It's my own self. That you can find my own works showing, so that I can only bear witness to anybody that also bear witness. Do you agree? Do we really agree? So let's watch here. So that if I have to say, it is indeed what the Lord says, at least some basic requirements that I can show myself and any other person. Who is the other person? Let's get it here. So at least get to this. Let's see if we can display it. Because I want to prove that 19, that I'm not the one faking it. I'm not saying that, I'm only saying it with my name, proving it to be 19 and having the same 91. Look, let me show you what I'm saying is the system. Where is it? The West African Examination Council, 11, that is from 2007 to 2011. That is the university I brought from Universe and US to this country in Nkonya. I was in Nkonya when I brought the school. I haven't been in any other school. I haven't schooled anywhere than in Nkonya, and any other place I have schooled is only known to myself. And here, whose name is on it? Bequin Sylvester Kwesi. Is that your name? What is the date of birth? Watch here. Does the date of birth tally or correspond? Here, 26011988. And I told you that 24 that you don't see is a hidden thing that I did. That's why the voice said that something that is hidden, I'm the only one who will tell you what is hidden. So if I put it right there, you see these numbers and what is hidden now as a code right on what I'm showing is my single birth. How I came and created myself or came and created heaven that I came from. To say that I came from the one and only, then I came and created again to make him known in the world. That is the original. To say I bear the witness to original works, art, then I came and made the art possible. With the spirit and the flesh working at the same time. So that we have it. Do we see that in Konya Senior High? You don't know, right? All these things, they are not your level to understanding what I'm saying. Now, let's see where do we get the 19. You don't even know. When I came, the grading system, everything changes. Because that's why I have to have this different from what you heard. And the C6, C5, you see that this, you call Accra part of a place they call C5. Like they have named things, and you don't know there's a spirit that made the place. That's the names. from the angels. We have C6, we have C5, we have E8, we have what? B2, we have B3, we have A1. You see it myself. That the A1 itself and myself on this earth. But I'm proving these are different heavens. These are also different heavens. Now, the sculpture, which is creation, that creation that I made. That's why you are seeing the soul and beautiful women and creation, not just women. Things that we have to talk of. Let's see, are we displaying? Is it showing? Yes, it is. So that you won't tell me that you school on my behalf. You can't be the half part of my flesh. So we got it. Look at what carefully I'm showing. That, to say general knowledge in art, it is B2. So that flight, to say we know about you, is already what? Beyond you having A. Because watch carefully. To know more than you is already B2 bombing. B2 bombing you. It means that your distraction is just simple. To have your location and your Lord, I know more than you do. Because you don't know anything even about yourself. Yeah, you don't know anything about yourself. These are the university exams also we take. This sculpture A1, we took 3 months for us to do it. And I had a thing that I should have had studied 400. I had it in just 3 months. And then that was the time they introduced it. And we select, and I chose that one. And I wrote the exam A, that's right there. So you are not the one. So I'm not talking about. So to have number counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, in that order. Like you don't know what it is for. And they told you when you have C6, there's a different grading. We have different columns. Look at how it is that resulted. How I show you that it should be working. So that if you're saying when they are flying the aeroplane and the jet, you think it's your level of military. No, the one who created the world is with you. I'm with you. I'm not just a chef. I'm not just a person. I'm not those level you operate in the church. I'm the one who created so that when you are seeing beautifully, I have to enjoy the good that you have. The good that you have stock, I need it. So we got it right. So this is a sculptor, right? So sculpture works. I have the A plus, which is only 3 months to do this. Even if it was less than 3 months. That's why they mentioned 3 things. That's my name proving myself that I have to know. What you should have taken 10 years to learn to make. And even this had never existed in the school that we attended. They brought it as brand new. And we were first to take the exam with a level. And then I made an A. I'm the only one who made an A. I made a 1 counting in Nkosek there. So if in history, to talk of anything, I made an A. I am the only one who made an A. There's nobody who made that new subject or new course or new program in that school with A, with what I'm saying. I'm the one who started the class and made an A. Apart from all that claim they have passed something, they didn't prove the Lord and nature. I made nature what A is. So A is right A. So I get it. So I get it like that. So A, and you see the graphic design for what? 3, my name again. The B3. And then you see what the general is B2. And we got it. And mathematics, the E. The E is the same 3 right there. This E is the same 3. When we turn it, face it out, it's a 3 bar 3. And the same is what? 8 right there. So that we told you why the in the middle of 8, we were just using this. That in the middle of 8 is what we are saying the Lord cannot fail to do. Let's take a commercial break. When we return, we'll continue from that. Welcome to the show. After a short and quick commercial break, we have gone on, and things really happen. So we have it like that. And continuing this very part of the conversation, you know that things are to be dealt with in the justice. Where there is a teacher and the people fail to know, the law will teach if indeed the original teacher is available. That's what makes the world go on. It is law. Yes, that you cannot. Yes, that's it. So it means that the fruit for keeping the law as a spirit, whether we obey it or not, the rule must work. That's it. So when we apply it, then we know that we are learning. When we don't apply it, it means we are not conscious. Yeah, so this is the time when you know it and apply, then you are being conscious. It means you are aware certain things you cannot do and certain things you have to do it. So the chef is on. Yes, that you see it working like I have told you. And this, we continue. You know, to have what I'm saying is very interesting. To know that the name. So we have it counting. And I was just on this word. So this is it. If we want to talk about worldwide, these are the things we are saying. You have nowhere to communicate what I'm saying. This is original. That's why as the time I had to come to school on earth from a senior coming to school level again, or the superior coming to school again, you see that the gold was on the side, and the blue path, that means archangel. And my side here and side here is the gold that I'm living on. And this same blue here is the waters we walk on. Because that spiritually, you should know that things must have come from the result spirit. And spirit is what you don't learn from, which is yourself failing to understand it. It's also spirit. You don't have to say that things you don't see that are beyond you that you want to say is spirit. They are also spirit. Whichever way it is a spirit. All right. So Sylvester, the greatest authority, is right on the life. Yes. Now watch carefully. Watch carefully. We were interpreting. You see how beautiful it is for presentation wise. You will tell me that you know. So this is one. If I have to grade it in a different way, to have the 90, let me show you. Bring the calculator. Let's use the calculator for you to understand that I am not the one whose result you are giving to somebody to spoil. You will pay for it. I don't think you have any knowledge whatsoever thing it is. Calculator live, bring it. Let's see it. Even in the raw state of grading, look, we have what? 6. 6 plus 5 plus 8 plus 2 plus 3 plus 1. What is it? Oh, why am I doing it? What did I do? Oh, I did the wrong thing somewhere. Not wrong. It's not wrong. Let me do it again for you to see. Like I told you, the grading system is not as you are saying it. So the 4. So let me show you. What I didn't do is this. In the middle of 8, I told you it's 4. So I have to do that. You know, I didn't just have to add. I told you the grading system. So we are telling you what. Let's get to this. The 4. So 4 plus 4 plus 8. That is not 8. Is 6. Or even I did something. Even I have many grades that we talk of. And then let me do it again. I want us to get clearly what I'm saying. Like 4 plus 4 plus 5 plus 2 plus 2 again plus 1. Yes. So that is it. You see what is here? What I have had to deal with. This 18. Until I tell you where there's 1, you will never know. Do you agree? Until I tell you where there's 1 again, you will never know it. You see this code right there? Do you see this code? Until I tell you where there is 1, you will never know it. So let me add the 1 to this. This one. That's it. So one of these will be 5. And 1 is 4. You see, the numbers, you don't know anything about it. Or it is simple as it is 18. Because this is the same as this. This is 5. No, this is 6. Well, don't worry. Even it's 5. So, like, I'm just simply saying it. To know what I'm saying to the 19. I just want you to understand how it is. This is 1. This is 2. This is also 2 because these are the same level. This A, B, C, D, E. So this is 5. This is A, B, C, 3. So even to get a grade, these things, they are 3, but that, they have attached the 3 to this. That's why I won't be using it like that. So once we've given the place of 3 toward B, which is, this is 2. This is also 2. But we are saying, once this one is 2, we are differentiating to have this one to be 3. That's why it is like this. So when you see this, 1 is what? 4, 1 is 5. That's the reason. And, well, yes. So that this one they will term it as, is 5. This one is 5. So when they interpret here to be one of the 5 here, then they will make this one, even as they're already showing. So that's the only thing that will make you understand what we are saying universe. So that we'll be talking about the 19. The 90, you see that I told you where the 1 is. So that 1 alone can cause that a whole lot of things. And that the same 1 is before you. Why is it? The same 1 is this. Because we've counted 1, so now 1 is being set for. That's what I'm saying. So this same grade, I can show you multiple grade with just this one. If I use this one, if I use the letters here, you'll see a different grade. If I use it, you'll see it different. That's why they're telling you what it means to properly give interpretation. What do you think is the grade when I'm using university-wise? Look at it. Let's see this. You got it, right? So I'm not the one using somebody's degree or somebody's grade. You don't have the grade. I have G1. I have grade 1. I have the grade 1. You don't have it. Yeah, that's simply what I told you. So just one of these, you will count it as it is. Or you want to know WAEC, how they interpret these ones. There you understand what I'm saying. So already you can use WAEC to determine the grade or the letters A, B, C for the university. That's it. Even they use this like that. But for you to understand the university we attended is the reason you are saying things like that. Who can show his result when I'm saying, you think I'm the one who passed or failed? I created before I come to tell you what we created, because they said, whom it is given, or the archangel who write or sit and write, except that same spirit, he bring the understanding. Nobody knows what I've received or achieved. You can tell better than myself. So watch carefully this one. So that's a 19, the G1, or I place it on any of the other things. So this is what we say. Watch carefully here. That is exactly what. So English, you saw that English artists to speak American English and write British English is the most difficult thing you can do. Yet I did it. I speak American English and write British English at the same time. That's what called for the C5, the world cut open. A part that you are seeing like this, righteousness. So the language righteousness made this world. That's it. So you see why I have to speak a language and you don't see. When I don't grade dress, maybe whichever way you think. Who do you honor as a great one? When I'm sitting before you, the archangel himself. Do we represent somebody that other than myself? Or the lip is not showing? Or the teeth is not showing the greatest authority? Yeah, get to this. So, to the live again, as we've been monitoring how things you operate with us. So this is the most difficult time you can place wrong people on the side of somebody. You are not my side. You didn't come from my left or right. I'm not an animal. I'm not an alligator. I'm not a crocodile. I don't worship any tortoise. I am not a worshiper of tortoise. Temple is virgins. We don't worship animals. Yet there are people who keep other spirits to that level. If you don't know it. When Nkonya is keeping alligator or crocodile and you somewhere else in a different part of region, you are saying you are the one giving the seed of it or spirit of it. You are deceiving people. Nkonya is the one keeping all those things. Yet we don't use them as you are using it to deceive people, seducing, making a woman fool to fall for a man or a man fool to fall for a woman. These things, we are not from that. If you can prove what you have received, let the spirit tell. Let the angel tell what result it is. So to be at a core level, not a thief, at a core where things are created. This is it. That's why internet. This tells the internet. That's why even the 0101. These are the internet. That's why E. If I ever use internet, the E, we use E to learn. Before it got to what? The plus, these different levels. You don't know what I'm saying. This is the technology. You cannot say you understand anything. That's why things have been created only based on how the Spirit brought it. You don't know anything. How can you have a place of one when you are not one? Do you even know what it takes? Can you battle life and death? You can't do that. How you said you have won or a victory crown over death, or a human being who is to be a crown king, you are placing the crown on an elephant or cat or a lion. Don't you know that those spiritual animals, they are witches and wizards? I know sympathetic magic. I know it. You say, because of that, I would have to chip in general knowledge in art. A little of that. Or we talk a little about these things. What it means. If I bring it in, you see the spirit that created the world again. I made it possible. So that is it. So we have it. We saw the interpretation. So you could tell me that you have attended university and then you become what I am. You cannot. Why have you left out the place to school for somebody's grade? Do you even know what it is? So let's get it. So I'm not having any brother on the little side, or I don't have any sibling like that. My world is just a world that I came from. You don't come from my right. You cannot be my brother. Because I came from the world that creates kingdom. You are also just born on earth and you are yet to discover yourself. So you couldn't be a brother. Don't come and be saying that thing. Those are the corruption and robbery. That's why I say in the language. If you have hereditary, translator transfer, or genetic defilement, you don't know this. There's a spirit. When you live with somebody for a quite number of times, to change you to that person. Or you may be suffering from things from those people. And that's why you don't have things anyhow just spoken about like that. So the numbers, letters are showing today. We want to see the Lord make another thing happen, that which has never happened. Because I told you, if the Lord should keep my works up, that will be when you are seeing the origin from that which I communicate in the language. So I speak a computer language. I speak a levels language. I speak a heavenly language. I don't just speak, I don't just talk. When I say a word, I have to know what is happening. That's why I cannot just talk. So if you see myself rattling fluently or on eloquency, then it means that I really have worked those things out before I have to say. Or I have the power. When I need to stop, I stop. When I have to break, I break. When I have to just make a war, I make a war. That's what it is to be conscious. You can't put things on your head and be calling yourself kings and this. Are you also the chef? Who cooked the head? Who prepared? Whose head is healed? To what level are you calling yourself that which you're saying? Are we showing somebody else other than myself? Okay. Now we go on the main load. So these numbers highlighted, we've had it, like we dealt with it. the art on the arches, all of that. We're going to be talking about quite few things, yet there's many things to say. The Lord did it. So this is what we say is creation. When I say it, I have to make sure we see it. If I didn't formulate this or if I didn't compose this, what am I going to stand on or base my works or working on? So the art here, we are talking about the news is this. That for the first time we are talking about these columns, and we need to talk about it like the 5 ages for man or human. That is actually to talk of a real angel superpower. So don't let somebody come to your way, as devils cannot work in the levels with the Lord. So I am not a man that is pregnant in the stomach or in the womb. You couldn't corrupt my kingdom to what you are in your house. Come the freeze of the man house. Come the freeze of the woman house. Come it out of the common channels. So we're talking about the golden age, silver age, bronze age, heretic age, and then iron age. These are the things we are fanatically talking about. That myself today is the same photos on the live is myself. So that if you don't see the one who made a photo from the webcam or the cams or the mini cams, these same I'm broadcasting with live. The live you cannot throw away. To know it and acknowledge it. There's it. So we're going to look at what is golden age, what is silver age. Look at it again. Now, we said that in the art of the Lord supernatural, the Lord cannot be full out of. And to continue here, to continue. So continuing from the conversation line. So I'm the only one that fit for every other thing that the Lord did create. I cannot represent the art of my enemy. Come out of the desire. Release his face. Mother knows of my enemy out of it. Come on, the animal out of here. Mother trying to unclean God out of here. Mother masquerade out of here by the authority of the freeze. Come on, please masquerade out. Mother marine spirit out of here. Come on, spirit of unclean death out of here.